What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's been a while. I apologize. I've been sick. We're going to do it yesterday. I've been sick. We moved. As you can see, I'm in the new house. And there's Wendy bothering the shit out of me already. Hey, say hi, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
So with me, I have Rayshawn, who I'm going to blame Rayshawn. He's the reason we didn't do the show last night. But I also told, it was an agreement that I had with Rayshawn. I would not do the show without him. So that's why we didn't do the show yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't still feeling the greatest. I don't know how far I would have got into the show before I said, fuck this, I'm going to bed. But still feeling crappy. Body still really fucking hurts for some reason. I think I'm starting to feel the effects of moving all the big stuff and the stress of finishing the move. Not quite finished at the apartment yet, but we are moved in here. We are staying here, so yeah. Just buried my dad this past weekend, so still dealing with a lot, but I'm handling. I'm dealing. I'm doing well. So don't forget, Sunday we will come back with laying down the bunt. We will talk a lot about umpiring. Because Tim wants to talk about fucking umpiring. It's all Tim wants to fucking talk about. Tim wants to talk about fucking umpiring. We were going to do the show last night. He told me, be careful. I might fucking lose my shit on the show because what's his name? Robert Foster? He apparently, whatever. He apparently fixes shit. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, so. But.
Series. Most of the NBA
Yep.
gets a certain amount after air, a certain amount of playoff rules.
Right.
They don't like to put money back to the networks.
Right. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the picks. We're going to talk about the players, or who we think that each team will take to the best of our ability. I've been watching NFL Network. I've been listening to things, and I'm going to tell everybody right now, if there's Packer fans out there, Green Bay's probably not going to get a wide receiver in the first round if it goes the way I think it is going to go. So we'll talk about it. What we will do is we will vote on this, and it'll be... And then there's Bobbit, and he fucks everything up. Bobbit, you dumb son of a bitch. Heather! It's fine. What's up, Bobbit? How you doing?
I'm here. Hey guys, what's up?
I'm about to destroy you, you son of a bitch.
The hell are you this time?
You're late! Like 15 minutes late. Motherfucker. Sorry. Alright, so I have to wait for Heather, but now it's going to be 4 votes, and if the vote is a tie, I'm just going to pick the best player available, depending on need. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So I have to wait for Heather to get in here. I suck at this OBS thing. It is what it is. Heather's trying to cook dinner and all that fantastic shit as well. So, well, I don't know if she's. Hopefully, I heard the microwave going. I hope she's. I don't know what she's doing. We are in the red for things. I'm going to get rid of Facebook.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's because I got a bunch of shit open. Okay, now we're good. I had Facebook and fucking Twitter open. Fuck Facebook and fuck Twitter. Well, actually, I'm not going to say fuck Twitter. We're going to talk about it on Saturday, I'm sure. But go Elon Musk. That's all I can fucking say. Actually, is there anybody who's in the chat? So the chat actually will get 1 vote. Okay? That will be the tie-breaking vote if it's a tie. Is that fair? So that means
Yeah, that works for me.
That means, Tim, you already get votes, even though you're in the chat. You cannot vote.
No, I get what you mean. People in the chat if they don't vote. I get what you mean.
So Heather's coming to fix the.
Fix the cameras that Bob it fucked up.
See? I'm not the only one.
What the hell?
I am extremely happy about that.
I love it.
God knows when.
What's going on, Robert? You never did.
You can stop yelling, Wendy.
Sorry?
What?
God, she's a genius, isn't she? I love this woman. She's not feeling good either. We all got sick at the same time.
It's his fault.
It is. It's my fault. I had a really nasty cold. But so yeah. So let me put the. There we go. Okay. So keep in mind that's how we're gonna do this. The chat gets one vote. Tim, who's monitoring the chat? Tim, you should. I added you as a moderator. Do you want to go ahead and type something to make sure that Tim looks like he's about to finish?
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
All right. So Tim, you moderate the chat, and whoever, Rayshawn, you don't get a vote in the chat either. You only get one vote. So Aaron, if you're the only one in there, whoever is in there, you guys get a vote in this too. We're gonna be interactive with you guys. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start the draft. We're picking every player, so it shouldn't go fast. Wait, I need to slow this down. All right. So here, this is the board over on the right side. You guys can't see it. Right now, the top four are Aiden Hutchinson, an edge rusher or defensive end from Michigan, Derek Stingley, cornerback from LSU, Charles Cross, offensive tackle from Mississippi State, and Ahmad Gardner, quarterback from Cincinnati, are the top four prospects according to our the way we set up this draft. Ikem Ikwanu is number 5. So first off, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Jacksonville is going to take the best player available for their first pick.
Yeah.
If you're taking them, they aren't going to draft a quarterback. They got one last year, so they need one more edge rusher. And Aiden Hutchinson, who can play both inside. I can't remember how big he is, but you can see he's 6'7", 260. He started out. There was Kayvon Thibodeau started out. He was the preliminary number 1 guy coming out of the draft this year, but he fell off a little bit. He didn't have he had a decent year, I guess, but I guess he didn't have a great year. So I'm voting for Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay. I'm thinking Charles Cross.
But they don't need any offensive linemen though. So their needs are defensive. Their needs are defensive lineman, linebacker, and safety.
Okay, right. I forgot it says right there. Got it. Okay.
I like best available. Aiden.
So it's 2 votes for Hutchinson.
Yeah, I'll go with Hutchinson.
That's pretty much the consensus. Bobbitt, throw your vote in there.
Yeah, I see Christensen going to Jacksonville.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, sorry.
Jackass. So Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is the first pick. God damn it. Aiden Hutchinson is the number 1 pick in the draft. Edge rusher from Michigan. 6'7", 260 pounds. The guy was a beast. I've seen him play a lot this year because they have the Big Ten Network. The guy's a fucking animal. He's pretty good. Now Detroit is on the clock.
Detroit. Never mind.
Well, just wait until fucking Houston picks.
Yeah, they need a team.
Any coaches.
So, Derek Stingley is there. He's the second best pick. They don't need offensive linemen. Jared Goff is a serviceable quarterback, in my opinion. He should service them guys well. That's me personally. Because he shouldn't be there to win games for them, even though he was a number 1 pick. But
He's a quarterback.
He is. He's give him time. Well, he's had 5 years. He's got a ways to go on his extension. I think he's got 2 or 3 years left. They aren't taking a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, not ideal.
That
means that I truly vote for Derek Stingley.
I'm going to vote Derek Stingley as well.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Bobbitt?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so we're going to go with Derek Stingley, defensive back, LSU. He's a big guy too. I think he's like 6'3", 195 pounds. So he's a Richard Sherman type guy. So we could go. Houston is now on the clock, and we could pretty much go wherever the fuck we want here. I mean, we could take the best player available. We could take the second best player available. We could take. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm saying go tackle. Which Charles Cross is the third best player available.
Yeah. Funny that I wanted to go for him first round.
Tim?
So, yeah, let's go with Charles Cross.
Yeah. They'll probably go best available.
They're going to go desperate.
Well, I don't think they're going to go desperate. Bobbitt?
I just wasn't at the draft of every position.
Just wait till we get down farther, because you're going to see some shit happen. Bobbitt?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with everybody else on this.
So Charles Cross. So far we haven't had to have the... The chat can still... Aaron, you can still put in whatever, if he put in his vote. All right. The next need... The New York Jets need a cornerback, and the very next need is a cornerback. See, it's best player available. The Jets will probably take... I'm thinking Ahmad Gardner, according to this.
I think so too.
I think I'm going to receive for them.
You really?
Yeah. First receiver, boom.
You gonna take Jameson Williamson? Or Jameson Williams?
Jameson Whiskey.
Okay. Bobbitt, who are you going with?
I'll let the quarterback pick for this one.
Ahmad Gardner?
Mm-hmm.
You're outvoted there, buddy. I know you wanted them to take a wide receiver. That's 2 quarterbacks in the first 5 picks. I don't remember the last time that's happened.
This is a deep quarterback.
It's a deep draft, period.
Yeah.
The New York Giants are... Yep, the New York Giants are now on the clock, and they, again, need offensive linemen, and they need an edge rusher and a linebacker. They have Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm going to vote Kayvon Thibodeau here. I think this is where they will... Well, actually, you know what? I'm actually going to go with the first guy on the board, Ikem Ekwonu, because if you look at, well, yeah, I mean, if you look at, yep, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. You see the first 2 picks on here, and then you see the Giants are picking. I mean, looking at the board, he's right there, falling right to them. Do you see what I'm looking at? The board. Look at my board. On.
Kansas is going to pick Evan Neal, then Giants coming after that, and they're going to get Kayvon
Thibodeau. You see what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Ikem Ekwonu to the New York Giants. Say it again.
Same guy.
Rayshawn?
I was actually thinking about going on the linebacker. Their defense is not, it's very weak.
Okay, so the best available linebacker is ranked 15th, so he's midway down the board.
Right.
I'm telling you, this draft is pretty deep at the key positions. Wide receiver, offensive line, and linebacker are pretty good in this draft. There's a lot of good young linebackers and receivers and linemen in this game. They're going to get somebody in the later rounds.
Yeah.
That's my outlook for the Giants. But then again, it's the New York Giants, so you never fucking know what they're going to fucking do. But I'm voting for Ikem Ekwonu.
I'm going the same.
Rayshawn?
I'm going to stick with linebacker. I love how I like what you pointing out. I like that, though.
Okay. Bobbitt?
I'm going to go with that Ekem kid.
You're outvoted again, Rayshawn.
3 for 3, right? Love it. Fucking love it.
So Ikem, I think I want to spell it right. Ekwonu. Thank you.
EKWONU.
Now, the Carolina Panthers. They need a quarterback and an offensive lineman. And there is not a quarterback that I would even touch in the first round.
Nope.
I mean, Malik Willis is 30th. Malik Willis is the only quarterback that is slated to go in the first round. But at 30, it's a reach. It's a huge reach. Evan Neal from Alabama, man. He's the best player available. So I'm going to go with Bobbitt on this one the first. I know he's going to get. I know where he's going with this because he's a dumbass. But Bobbitt, who are you taking?
Well, there's two different things. What I want and what realistically is probably going to happen. Well, what I think is going to happen, what Panthers Twitter wants.
Okay, so what do you want?
I want Evan Neal.
I agree.
Panthers Twitter wants Malik.
They ain't getting it. Why do you want to reach for him at 30? You can get him in the second round, probably. I mean, that's terrible. That's just a terrible decision. Because look at the teams that are falling that far. What teams need a quarterback? I mean, Atlanta needs a quarterback, but they ain't gonna fucking take him at fucking 8.
No.
Buffalo doesn't need one. Tennessee, well, they might. Tampa Bay doesn't need. Well, they might. Green Bay doesn't need one. Kansas City doesn't need one. Cincinnati don't need one. Detroit might take him, but we'll see. But I think they go with the best player available, and that's Evan Neal. That's what I would do. Do you all agree or disagree? Tim?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Going right down the list. And then we have the New York Giants are back on the clock at the 7th pick in the first round. And of course he's right there, and he's a need that they have. It'll solidify that edge for the Giants. And that's Kayvon Thibodeau, who was the number one player coming out in this year. I'm gonna say they take him.
Yeah. I'm more with that.
Tim?
Yeah, I agree.
Bobbit?
I agree with what everybody else says.
All right. All right. Atlanta is now on the clock. They need a quarterback, a guard, a center, a defensive lineman, and a cornerback. This position, they might make a trade. They might trade down and get more picks. However, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
They don't need a safety. I don't think they need a safety.
No.
I think they might take the best player available, and that is Trent McDuffie.
That's player available because he uses it.
That's where I would go with it. Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
How far is the best defensive lineman player you have to go? You know what? I agree with you.
Bobbit?
I agree with Trent.
You agree with Trent? There is nobody named Trent on this call. Trent McDuffie, quarterback, University of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle is now on the clock with the 9th pick. I see them taking an edge. Could see them taking George Karlaftis. Jesus fucking Christ. I could see them taking Trayvon Walker. I do not see them taking Kyle Hamilton. I do not see them taking Drake London or any other receivers. What say you?
I'm going to go with Trayvon Walker because Georgia's not a bad college football team.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, Georgia's defense.
You gonna take Trayvon Walker?
Yeah.
Bobbit?
I know he's the best available.
Well, I mean, they're not that far apart. It's not a reach.
No. It's one position.
Well, actually, it's 2 positions, but I get what you're saying. Bobbit?
Yeah.
I like Trayvon Walker at this pick, honestly.
So in our draft, they take Trayvon Walker, defensive interior lineman, Georgia. The New York Jets are now on the clock. I think they're going to take a wide receiver here, and I think they're going to take the best wide receiver available in the draft, and that's Jameson Williams. Great receiver. He looked really good. I know Mechie for Alabama was a superstar, but Jameson Williams really came on at the end of the year and really showed how good he really was. He's a transfer from Ohio State.
Yeah. And Mechie's draft stock took a hit.
Yep.
He got injured.
Yeah, well, he tore his ACL, so he's out for the year. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Williams in this.
You like Jameson Williams? I agree. Brayshawn?
He's out for the year, and he's not playing in this upcoming season. Right?
But you can still draft him.
I'm going to draft him.
Yeah, but he's not even available here. He won't be available probably till like the second or third round because of his injury. And it's just because of his injury. If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he probably would be a first round pick.
Yeah,
easily.
He's not a first round pick to me.
Kevin Mechie, when he's healthy, is better than...
I believe it.
Okay. He's not a first round pick now because he got hurt.
Correct.
So I'm going with Jameson Williams. Tim?
Same.
Bobbitt?
Yeah, I'm going.
Rayshawn?
Right in London.
You dumbass. Washington Redskins are now on the clock. They need a quarterback, a guard, a center, and a linebacker. They might take the best player available.
What's the best guard? How far you have to go down?
I mean, Tyler Linderbaum is right there at 16. It's not that far of a reach.
And you always have that one team that doesn't do a reach somewhere.
No, that'll be.
I'll go with guard.
But he's a center. They need a center. But they do have. There is a linebacker here at 15. Yeah.
Even though there's a linebacker, I like Linderbaum.
You're going to take Tyler Linderbaum?
Yeah.
Rayshawn?
I agree. You know what? I disagree. I'm going with the linebacker.
I am too. I think they're going to take Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd's going to go here. Bobbitt, what say you?
I'm going with Devin Lloyd.
So we have a 3-1.
Yes.
Yes.
Devin Lloyd it is.
Yep. Rayshawn finally got one.
Yay! Well, he's got. It's just. It's a couple. Minnesota is now on the clock, and they need. They don't need every. They need a guard, a center, an edge rusher, and a cornerback.
I'm going with George Carlaftis.
George Karlaftis.
Yeah.
I agree. Agree. Bobbitt.
Agreed.
They got him. They got him at a. He was the 10th player on the board, but I can't even fucking spell it without fucking. Houston, every position. Can we just take the best player available?
You get it right. Kyle Hamilton.
I agree. Kyle Hamilton. We're going to take Kyle Hamilton. The Baltimore Ravens are now on the clock, and Heather is here.
Ooh, let's go for it.
So
They ain't getting rid of Tucker anytime soon.
So they need defensive linemen and a cornerback. Now they do, because both Humphrey and what's his nuts are coming off of injuries.
Uh-huh.
However, I don't think they need that. I personally think they need a receiver.
I was going to say Garrett Wilson.
Wow, I mean, you could take Drake London too. They need somebody. So 6'4", 219, 2021. So he broke his ankle after only 8 games because he was on an unmatched statistical tear, racking up 88. In 8 games, this guy had 88 catches for 1,084 yards and 7 scores in 8 games in college. He's a massive 6'5", 210-pounder who still led college football with 19 contested catches. Something that Baltimore had trouble with last year. And I think that would benefit and open up Lamar Jackson
There you go.
to having a huge year. I'm going to go with Drake London. Now, Garrett Wilson, on the other hand, he's 6 foot, 183 pounds. He's a burner. They already have enough burners in Baltimore. They don't need burners. They need somebody that can go up and get a ball in traffic. That's
a contested catch time.
yeah, a guy that will come over to the freaking middle. Because they have Marquise Brown, who's 5'9", 110 pounds, soaking fucking wet, coming over the fucking middle, and he gator arms everything because he's afraid he's going to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Drake London. Garrett Wilson would be a good pick, but I think they really need somebody with some size. He can fly too. He's one of those guys that can burn as well.
And I like Drake London
You?
based on the description.
She agrees. She goes with Drake London. Bobbit, what about you?
I agree 100%.
Drake London. So pretty much it's going the way it's going by the book here. I mean, we've moved in between a couple of times.
Fucking choker.
Yeah, I hear you. Nope, I don't think this one will be a reach. So the Philadelphia Eagles are now on the clock, and they have a linebacker and defensive back needs. Now, right now, wide receiver, center, the best available linebacker at that position is Nakobe Dean from Georgia, and his stock is still rising. He was a projected second-round pick, but climbed quickly. And they had him at one point as a top 10 guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, that one sounds right. I don't like anyone else going there, really.
Bobbit,
I agree.
Nakobe Dean it is.
Welcome to the team of champions.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, right.
we don't know if this is what it's going to be, but... So, New Orleans is now on the clock, and this shocks me. They need a receiver. Because apparently Michael Thomas doesn't know how to stay healthy. They also need a quarterback and a tackle. I think they're good on the offensive line. I mean, Armstead got hurt, but he'll be back. I think they're going to go with a wide receiver here. They're going to go with the best player available.
Yeah.
Again, best player available. That's just me. What say you? I'm going with the best player on the board.
I agree. And boy, just to let the people know that we got one guy they did a trade with the Eagles. So this spot was supposed to be the Eagles' first round pick.
It was traded from Indianapolis. The next one, no, the Eagles traded with the Saints. So 18th pick, the Eagles traded with the Saints and got the 18th pick from New Orleans. This pick is New Orleans traded with Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
No, it's all right. If you're looking at it, you can see who they traded with. Tim, who you got?
I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson.
You're gonna go Garrett Wilson. Bobbit, what say you?
I agree with everybody else.
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. Ohio State. Los Angeles Chargers are now on the board. Here's where I could see. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just being stupid.
Well, of course you are. This one I'm going to go. Now, everybody says Bernard Raymond. He's 25 years old. But he's 18th on the board. I don't know why nobody would want not to take him. He has experience. He's a foreign exchange student from Austria. He's raw talent. But apparently he's really, really, really good. What says everybody else? I'm going to go with the best player available that a need for them is Bernard Raymond, however they say it.
I agree. What's that sport? That's light football without the patterns and stuff like that?
What?
Rugby. Rugby.
He probably played rugby.
He may have. What does everybody think?
He may have.
So I'm going to go with Bernard.
You're going to go with Bernhard? Bernhard.
Yeah.
Bernard Raymond.
Bobbit?
I'm gonna go with Rayman, motherfucker, because he's gonna make it rain on the Chargers, motherfucker. Yeah.
You know it's not Rain Man, it's Raymond, right? Dumbass.
Whatever, motherfucker. Yeah.
Tim, I see you're intently looking. Do you have other thoughts? No? Tim, don't die on me.
No, I was there. I said Bernard.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I just. All right. So Bernhard Rayman. The Philadelphia Eagles are now back on the clock. They have a center, the best. Andrew Booth from Clemson is the best player available at a position of need. And I'll tell you about him. You can read on it. He's 6 foot, 194 pounds. He's a junior. He's 21 and a half years old. The scouting report on him says Booth has some of the best feet in the draft class, but he got exposed a tad too often for our liking. He gave up 29 catches from 46 targets for 312 yards in his first full year as a starter. Now, keep in mind, that was his first full year as a starter. Philadelphia's need on defense isn't as bad as everybody think it is, because they have pretty good defensive backs as is. They just need to get a little younger.
Yes, and that's what it is. I agree with you. Everything they rebuild it for the future. Which I like. Fletcher Cox last year, so I think they already got a replacement for him.
So you think Andrew Booth Jr.?
I think he would fit well with the model that Philadelphia is going with.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah, I like Andrew Booth.
Bobbit?
I agree with everybody here.
New Orleans is now on the clock. They did take a wide receiver with their first pick, Garrett Wilson. They need a quarterback and a tackle.
There we go.
Do you think they would go? Do you think they might trade down for that? But we're not going to do that.
Well, it's likely they'll trade down. They get decent tackle, but if they're not trade down, I think they'll wind up going Tyler Smith.
Okay.
If they don't trade down.
I'm going with the best player available for need. I'm going with Tyler Smith as well. Rayshawn?
I'm sorry, Tyler Smith is your what?
Tackle.
He's a tackle. He's right here.
Oh,
He's 6'5", 324.
we went with a receiver last time.
Yeah, you don't want to double up on receivers in the first round unless you have no receivers. They do have receivers. They just need to fill a need.
Okay, so let's go with Tyler.
It's not a reach, really. We're now at pick 20, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock, and they need a quarterback and a tackle. They're most likely going to trade up or down here.
Nobody's picking a quarterback first round.
Well, this might be where.
Because they definitely need it.
This might be where you might see Malik Willis go.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. They'll reach on the quarterback.
You think they're going to reach on a quarterback?
I
If they're not
think,
going to the
honestly.
first round and they need it, yeah.
Rayshawn? It's
if they don't get it.
I don't think so. I'm going with the tackle.
They didn't. Okay. Well, right
That'd be a
now
bigger reach.
that next tackle is a second round pick, and I think they have. Who is it picking here? Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think they have a pick like not that far into the future. This guy might be available in the second round for them.
And with that being said, I'm going with the quarterback.
I'm gonna agree. I just think their best player available for them at a need is Malik Willis, quarterback. The New England Patriots are now on the clock, and they need a wide receiver, an edge rusher, a linebacker, and a cornerback.
You got Chris Olave right there.
Chris Olave. They have Tyler Linderbaum, Jordan Davis, Chris Olave could go here, or Skye Moore. Chris Olave, one of the best route runners in college football. Olave is one of the most consistent downfield threats in the class. In total, 13 of his 65 catches ended in a score last season. Skye Moore, 5'10", 195. Moore has the elite shiftiness that plays well at the receiver position, whether it's shaking press coverage or breaking an FBS high 26 tackles last year. He will make defenders miss with ease.
Mm-hmm.
What does the panel think?
Well, I'm going to say now,
Now, let's keep in mind who's picking here. Tim knows what I'm talking about. Bill Belichick is picking here. He usually does not take a need right away. He usually takes the best player available. Period.
I was thinking Tyler. Said center. What is the center actually?
Where's the center? He's the one that he snaps the ball. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. Hey, do that on
They got a good center now, so they will not.
But this kid here, but hold on, Tim, this kid here can play guard. He's very versatile. Yeah, he's a versatile guy.
Yeah, that's what they'll take then. Like Tyler Linderbaum.
But who do they have as the center?
Well,
Tim, who does New England have as a starting center right now?
Any good one,
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
So a guard, would a guard be an edge rusher or?
Well, there is a guard here. Zion Johnson, available at 24.
Oh shit, he went to Black Range for money one pound.
Did you find it yet, Tim?
Yeah, maybe enters the terms. But if he's versatile, Belichick he'll probably go that center early on.
Okay, it's your. You think they draft
I
him?
think they'll go with him.
Tyler Linderbaum,
Yeah.
Rayshawn,
I agree.
Bobbitt.
100% agree with him, buddy.
Okay. Tyler Linderbaum. Now keep in mind, everybody, this is just my thinking and the panel's thinking. He is versatile. I've seen him play both guard and center. He's a better center, but he can play guard.
Yeah. And
Green Bay
versatile.
Green Bay is on the clock. They need wide receiver and offensive line. I might. Everybody's gonna Chris Olave. How about you suck my fucking dick? Do we really need a receiver in the first round? I think they can get a wide receiver in the second round. Green Bay might trade up to get, depending on what happens, Green Bay might trade up to try and get Garrett Wilson or Drake London or Jameson Williams. But with Chris Olave being there, I think Green Bay would take him if Chris Olave is there. That's where I would go with them. But then again, Gutekunst does the same shit as Bill Belichick. He usually goes with the best player available.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is true. But there is a huge need for wide receiver, even though it's not that huge of a need. It's a need. I'm still going to go with Chris Olave if he is there. Now, I could have seen New England taking Chris Olave in the first round just as easily. If he's there. Tim,
there, I like Green Bay taking Olave.
you going to go with Chris Olave? Rayshawn?
Yeah.
I'm following up the final offensive lineman.
Pick 35.
Good. Alright, Chris Olave.
I'm just going to say yes. It's the best player available at a need. Bobbitt?
Yeah.
I agree with all of them, Ken.
Green Bay takes Chris Olave. Everybody gets their fucking wish.
And 40 doesn't have a complete meltdown.
Oh, it's going to happen. I don't think Green Bay's taking a receiver in the first round. I honestly think they're taking a defensive interior lineman. But I'm going based on need here. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. They need a guard, a center, a defensive interior lineman, and a cornerback. And look at that. I'm taking Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah.
Bobbitt?
Best available and the need.
Bobbitt?
I agree.
Dallas is now on the clock, and look at that. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and linebacker. And look at who is there. Jordan Davis, Georgia.
I like
Yeah,
it.
let's go with him.
Yep,
Rayshawn?
I agree.
Tim?
I agree.
He's a big
That.
he's a big boy. He's 350 pounds.
Problem.
He's a big boy.
He's gonna be a problem, man.
Well, he is. I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay doesn't take him either, because they need that shore up that run defense, and that's what this Jordan Davis can do. Buffalo Bills are now on the clock. They do have a need at wide receiver, and look who's there is Skye Moore from Western Michigan. He's available. I'm gonna say yes. Rayshawn, Bobbitt. It doesn't matter. He's going to the fucking Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
He's going outdoors.
The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. They need a wide receiver, a guard, and center, and an edge rusher. And look at that.
Look, it's morning time. He's going to Tennessee.
I agree.
Yep.
Tim?
Johnson,
Bobbitt?
Go, Power Rangers.
Zion Johnson. Tampa Bay is now on the clock. They need a guard, a center, and a defensive interior lineman. And look at that. Travis Jones is the best player available at that position. What says everybody
I was
else?
actually thinking about Travis Jones for Buffalo, but I was like, you know what? Let's go with the receiver.
I agree.
So Travis Jones is going to Buccaneers.
Tim?
I'd say Travis Jones, yeah. I
Bobbitt?
could also see Brady going to that. I want more receivers to throw the ball.
You want more receivers to throw the ball? What?
Brady keeps throwing a mental fit, saying I want more receivers.
Okay.
But I'm going Travis Jones right now.
Okay.
I'm agree with Mike.
Because the problem wasn't scoring last year, but it was stopping.
Oopsie.
Right?
I accidentally fucked up. I fucked up. So we have Travis Jones. So don't pay attention to the board here. Green Bay is now on the clock. I think that this is one of those times where they're going to take Louis Cine, safety from Georgia, because it's not a need. I mean, I don't see them taking two wide receivers in the first round.
The wide receiver player isn't that bad. They don't need to be two wide receivers in the first round.
I mean, they could. And George Pickens has been slated to go there for a while now. But keep in mind, but I'm going to go with the safety. I accidentally, that he went to Tampa Bay on our board here, but he's not on our board over here, on the one that I'm typing stuff in. I'm actually going Louis Cine, safety from Georgia. And then you can put him on the field at the same time with Adrian Amos and Savage, and Savage can roam because he can play cornerback. He was a cornerback in college, and he can roam. He's your ball hawk.
Yeah.
It just solidifies that defense even fucking more on that secondary. Good luck throwing against Green Bay. That's all I'm gonna say. If that happens, Bobbitt, what say you?
I agree, 100%.
Okay.
How far you have to find an offensive lineman?
I already showed you. He's right here.
He's right there.
Right here.
About 8 picks down.
Right there.
Oh, okay. I'm probably looking for oil.
Like 7
So-
picks down.
Kansas City is 29th pick. has a 29th and 30th pick, and they need a wide receiver as well. And look at who is available, but George Pickens. They don't have Tyreek Hill anymore.
That's true.
So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna say George Pickens, wide receiver from Georgia. He has had some issues, but Andy Reid is
available. They'll take him.
But Andy Reid is one of those guys where he can get people to play for him.
Yeah, I agree with George Pickens.
Okay, Rayshawn,
I agree.
Bobbitt.
I like that Pickens boy.
Oh my God. With the 30th pick, the Kansas City Chiefs need a cornerback, and look at who is there. Kaiir Elam. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Get drafted.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll go cornerback. That's another problem they've had a few years now, where they can score with anyone.
Now we're getting to essentially we're getting to the point where it's actually the second round, but it's still the first round. On the clock is the Cincinnati Bengals. There is a guard and a center, but they're going to probably take the best player available. It's essentially the second round. I would not be against them picking any one of these three guys here, but I could see them picking this guy here.
Yeah, I think they'll go with Trevor Penning, really.
You think so?
Because they're taking a lot of heat for not Joe Burrow.
I kind of agree. I'm putting it in there.
Agree.
Go with Trevor.
With the final pick in the first round, the Detroit Lions are now on the clock, and they got this in a trade with the Los Angeles Rams with the Matthew Stafford deal.
Yep.
Who's going to end their career?
So they need, and who did they take in the first round? They took Derek Stingley with their first pick. I don't think they'll go with a cornerback in the 32nd pick, although they might, because essentially this is the second round.
Yeah.
So the money's going to be a little bit of a difference, but the kid is there. He's a first rounder. I'm going to go with Jalen Petre. One team, two quarterbacks. Usually you don't see them take the same two positions in the first round. But
their defense was porous.
Yep.
I agree.
I like that.
So with Bobbitt.
Yeah, I agree with everybody.
So with that being said, the final pick in the first round was Jalen Petre, quarterback from Baylor. Now, what we will do is we will see. Well, what the fuck?
And to get the draft free.
That is our picks. I'm not going to do that.
More or less, except for the one where Miss won.
So there's our picks. I'm not going to show everybody. So there's the picks for everybody taken. We'll keep what we have here, and we'll change it up. And I'll do like I did last year, where I'll be watching the draft right here. I have a TV right here. I'll be watching the draft, and this is on Thursday. We're just going to do the first round, and we'll change it as we go, and we'll see how many we got wrong.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, does anybody have anything they'd like to add?
No, I got nothing.
No.
So, it looks like, the first round's going to be... Our first round looked pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if I was a GM, that's what I would do. There's a reason why a lot of these guys are ranked where they are. They've gone through all of their things. I've heard a lot of stuff about George Pickens and how big of an issue that he has. However, I think him being still in the first round says a lot about his talent, and I think you can get past that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you put him with a coach that will,
Use him.
well, not use him, but be able to coach him up.
Yeah.
Or you can download an independent record.
So like I said, I got that draft from what we did from pff.com/mock, and you can do all 7 rounds. You can do trades in there. We just didn't do any trades in here, but this is our first round. 32 picks done. Not every team is in the first round. You're going to see a lot of movement. I'm probably going to say between 11 and 25 is going to be a lot of movement. Or 11 and 28, 29, there's going to be a lot of movement. Some teams will go up, some teams will go down to get more picks. We'll see what happens. I know the Giants and the Jets have a lot of draft capital because they have 4 picks in the first 10, within the first 10 picks. So, with that being said, there's nothing anybody else has to say. I want to bid everybody adieu. I told Rayshawn we'd only go for a little bit, about an hour, because he's got to get up early in the morning. He's got to get used to his new work schedule. I want to thank everybody for being here. Are you guys doing
Marvel Roundtable tonight.
So they're doing Marvel Roundtable tonight. I almost said Rayshawn had problems with but Connor had problems with his internet or the whatever he uses, and it wasn't working. So they're gonna do it tonight. And it is Ant-Man. I'm not gonna be there. Yeah, I might for the first part of it, but. So just everybody have a great night. Stay safe, be well, and have a good night. And we'll see you on Thursday, probably about 6:30 Central Time, so 7:30 Eastern Time. And I know some of you might be a little bit late. That's okay. We're just going to talk about some things, just get everything kicked off and rolling. The draft starts at 7. The first pick will probably come in at about 10 after 7. So Jacksonville is on the clock.
Yep.
Tony Khan, you can't fuck this up.
Tony Khan isn't the owner.
Yes.
It's John Khan.
Yes, I understand that, Tim.
Oh yes, Tony Khan's left like that.
But Tony Khan is the money guy. He's the analytics guy. So he does all of this shit. So, Tony Khan, don't fuck this up. So, with that being said, everybody, Trevor Lawrence is the overall first pick.
Yeah, those first number 1 overall are hard.
Well,
Possible.
I mean, they can be.
I didn't.
But that being said, everybody have a good night. Stay safe and be well. And it was good to see everybody again. Have a great night.
No, what's up?